So the Yankees win. They win big, 10-3. I'll take it, baby. I'll take it. I think that's their 50th win of the season, too. So, and let's get right into this. We'll box score this, right? Will Warren for the win. He's 6-4, 5 2/3, 4 hits, shutout ball, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Tim Hill came in an inning and a third, clean. Jeff Hartley, he's the one that got knocked around a little bit. Came in a third of an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs. Gave up that home run. The Cal rally is number 37. So Ian Hamilton came in, cleaned the rest of that up with 2/3. And then Scott Efros came in with a shutout ninth to win the game. And that's the pitching for the Yankees. Thankfully, they didn't have to deploy more pitchers, right? Because I have a feeling they're going to need some tomorrow just in case. We'll see what happens with Cam Schlittler, who's making his debut tomorrow. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Offensively, Dominguez 0 for 5 from the leadoff spot. Okay. Then Aaron Judge 2 for 5 in the number 2 spot with a home run, number 34. Cody Bellinger 3 for 4. He's batting .278 now. Cody Bellinger's working his way up to 300, man. Giancarlo Stanton 2 for 4 with a big home run as well. And then Jazz Chisholm 1 for 3. Paul Goldschmidt 3 for 4, batting .290. He's up, working his way back to 300 as well. Austin Wells 1 for 3 with a home run. Anthony Volpe 0 for 4. And Oswald Peraza 1 for 4. Offensively, that's the performance of the game. Now, there's a couple things that have happened, right? If you haven't heard. So, hello, Susan. My speed? What do you mean, my speed? Well, think about this. Tonight, so if you haven't heard, Everson Pereira and Brian De La Cruz were pulled together from the AAA lineup. Okay? 2 guys from the outfield pulled from the AAA lineup. Also, constantly, Yeti, what's up, my man? Trent Grisham was in the dugout, but he was not in uniform. And some people are suggesting he's on the IL, but look at all the other guys on the IL. The Yankees. They're in uniform. He wasn't in uniform. So that just leads me to think that there might be a trade that might be in the works right now. I don't know, but we'll see. Carlos Orange, 5 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 8 Ks for work. Yep, another good performance. The Mets beat the Orioles, huh? Well, let's go round robin around the league. Okay. Well, that game is over now. Nationals, Cardinals, no score. Guardians and Astros. Guardians are up 6-4 on the Astros. In the 6th, the Rangers are up 5-1 on the Angels. In the 4th, the Diamondbacks and Padres, no score. The Giants beat the Phillies. No, they're leading the Phillies, I should say, 1-0 in the 3rd. The Athletics are leading the Braves 5-0 in the 2nd. The White Sox are leading the White Sox. The Blue Jays are leading the White Sox 6-1, but it's delayed right now. Royals beat the Pirates 4-3. Brewers beat the Dodgers 3-1. The Twins beat the Cubs 8-1. The Red Sox beat the Rockies 10-2. The Marlins beat the Reds 12-2. We beat the Mariners 10-3. And the Tigers beat the Rays 4-2. And that's kind of a round robin right now. So, Yankees number 15 prospect Rafael Flores, who's a catcher, 15th home run of the season. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. There is a couple of, there's some chatter that J.C. Escar might be on the trade block. So, if that's the case, he could be a valuable veteran piece for a team that needs a catcher, and they could call up a guy like Flores to be up here with Austin Wells. So, but that's what we know right now. And I keep looking to see if there's anything percolating, right? I don't know. Now, I mean Trent Grisham could go on the IL, but he wasn't in uniform. That's uncharacteristic, right? So, which is crazy. Look at that. The Dodgers have lost their 5th straight game. 5 straight Dodgers. Okay? 5 straight. People were poo-pooing the Yankees saying they were cooked, right? The Dodgers just lost 5 straight. So, their longest losing streak since 2019. Yep. Yes, indeed. Now let's take a look here and see if there's anything in the works here. I found it peculiar that Grisham wasn't in uniform. We'll hang out for a few minutes too here. No, hold on here. No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. I'm keeping an eye on this one. I'm keeping an eye on this. There's a lot of stuff here, but nothing regarding Trent Grisham just yet. Why would they now? Why would they wait until after the game to announce an IL trip? Trent Grisham. Just found it interesting. I hope so. I hope Dominguez and Austin Wells have a big second half. Austin Wells had a big second half last year. So, yeah. I know Dodgers lost 5 in a row. Exactly, Susan. Boo. Ho. That's right. Who got pulled? 2 outfielders. Brian De La Cruz, who the Yankees acquired last week, and Everson Pereira, one of their top outfield prospects. Both of them were pulled from the lineup tonight. So, it's kind of weird. Pulling 2 outfielders and having Trent Grisham out of uniform in the clubhouse. I don't know, man. There could be a trade happening and a call up happening. We might say we're going to get a roster move tomorrow, one way or the other, because Cam Schiller has to be put on the 26 before he pitches tomorrow. So a roster move will be made. A pitcher will be moved tomorrow, DFA'd or do something. Could be traded. I don't know. Exactly, Brandon. We do need pitching, Buckeye. We need bullpen arms. We need bullpen arms now. And hopefully Cam Schlittler, pitches well. And again, if you haven't heard, I put this out early that Luis Hill's rehab assignment officially starts Sunday. So he's officially on the time clock. So DJ has basically been relegated to a bench piece now. Jay Palvis. So, and that Aaron Boone announced that earlier. And Jazz has been officially moved over to second. He's going to stay there now. Oswald Peraza is at third. And DJ's been relegated to the bench now. Because he did, and even Aaron Boone said he can't move the way he moved before. So, yeah, Grisham is. Yeah, he is, CeeLo. So, I mean, if he gets, moved, but I hope it's for something good. I don't know. I found it interesting. Like, we would have known already that if Trent Grisham was placed on IL, I think we would have probably known already. But, I don't know. If Catherine offered me a contract to pitch out of the bullpen, would you? I would. I'd probably get my ass kicked, but I'd try it. Yeah. I try. I don't know if I could throw in the 90s before I could do it before, but I can give it a shot. No. Yeah, exactly. We need some run support for Cam Schlittler. We don't know what we're going to expect from him. He's got better stuff than Alan Winans does, but that doesn't mean anything. This is a pretty good lineup. The Seattle Mariners. Yeah, Peraza needs a wiffle ball. He does need a wiffle ball machine. Pitch counts, yeah, you got that right, Buckeye. Pitch counts are way too high. Yes, they are. Would I trade Grisham and Williams? Devin Williams, I would not trade the deadline. Unless the Yankees are going to get back multiple relievers with control years, I'm not trading Devin Williams. Grisham, I'm okay with. I'm open to trading him because of the fact that it opens up it just clears more of a path for Jason Dominguez, and that I can see happening. But we'll miss his glove. And he was pretty productive here, offensively. He was a good teammate too, and he's just a good player. So, but I'm not, I'm not saying he's traded yet. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. No. Jesus Rodriguez, I don't know if they're going to do that. His offense has come back down to earth, so no. We'll see. Yeah, Aaron Boone said DJ is a bench piece now. Yep, he said that a little earlier today. Yep. No, that's what Aaron Boone said. And we kind of know this too. Like, this is it's pretty obvious he can't really move. Man, he's been decent with the bat recently, but at this point, and they already have him on the July 31st deadline, which is the same day as the trade deadline, right? So to either produce or they're probably going to move on from him. So this kind of morphs it into reality a little bit sooner than we thought. If you trade Grisham, then you can, but I don't know if they're going to bring up Spencer Jones. I don't think they're going to bring up Spencer Jones to sit him. I think they'll rather keep him in AAA where he can play every day. Yep, that's my guess. Pereira and Peraza, they are trade bait. Yep. Ken, what do you know, my man? Oh man, could you imagine heading to Miami for Enriquez? Oh, sign me up for that one, man. They need an outfielder, right? I mean, they've been scouting Everson Pereira for quite a while now, the Marlins. So, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the Yankees get Zach Gallen. I don't think so, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't think they get Zach Gallen, but you never know. I think if they go somebody from the Diamondbacks, it's Merrill Kelly. But Gallen's pitching better recently, but I don't know. What third baseman is out there? Well, we don't know if they're guaranteed available. The third baseman that people are talking about are Ryan McMahon, Brian Hayes, Eugenio Suarez, um, uh, Ahmed Rosario, Willie Castro, some of those guys. Gallen's a rental, so is Melrose Kelly, so is Suarez. They're all rentals. So, yeah, I think Scotty Russ will have a good role here if he gets his more practice and more reps and with his stuff. He's got a lot of movement with his pitches. I think he'd be murder for right-handed bats. Yeah, Pereira and Brian De La Cruz both were removed from the AAA game today. Two outfielders removed in the same day. That's eye opening for me. No, he is accident prone, Susan. That's a good point. Yeah, Robin's in the house. Hello, Robin. What's up, Mrs. CeeLo? Hello, hello, hello. See, your hubby is talking to us, and we greatly appreciate it. We love him here. So thank you for letting him hang out with us, spend a little time with us. We appreciate you, Robin. Thank you. Yeah. Blockbuster trade for Ramirez. I mean, you could. If you're gonna get Jose Ramirez, you got to send the third baseman back. So you got to say goodbye to George Lombard. Ace, ¿Qué pasa, man? What's going on? Superman wasn't crazy. My man's got the good taste in movies. He keeps us in the loop of all the good stuff that's happening. I heard good things about Superman. I heard it. Yeah. This is true too, Carl. Yep. His away stats they're relatively different than his home stats. So, honestly, I think Brian Hayes is a better fit for third base here because of the fact he can bat at the top of the lineup. He's got speed, and he's also number one in the major leagues in defensive run save for third base, which means what? With Jazz being a plus defender at second and him having an elite glove at third, you're giving Volpe protection in the infield from both sides, which he definitely needs. No. Mm-hmm. Oh man, you got Superman over F1. Oh boy, that's a pretty bold statement right there, Cotton. Ooh, okay. Nothing yet, JT. But the other interesting. So I don't know if you heard this, Ace, but um, Everson Pereira and Brian De La Cruz were pulled from tonight's lineup in the outfield in AAA. But also, I don't know if you noticed, but Trent Grisham was not in uniform. and he was in the lineup, and he was in the dugout there. And people were thinking he's on the IL, which could happen, but like all the IL players for the Yankees are dressed in uniform, right? He wasn't. He wasn't dressed. He wasn't in uniform. So makes me, yeah, as I'm saying, makes me think a trade is possibly incoming, and maybe they'll announce that because they would have already announced the IL trip, I think. So yeah, I mean it could be announced tomorrow because they have to open up a roster spot anyway for Cam Schlittler, but a pitcher has to go in order to do that. They can't do an offensive player for a pitcher with the 13-13 rule. So I think a trade. I have a feeling DJ won't get DFA'd until the 31st because that's the deadline that they have him on. So, um, I mean, it could be a rest day, but generally players that have rest days, they're in uniform. They're always in uniform. You know, even Garrett Cole and Tommy John, he's missing a whole year. He's in uniform every day when he's there. Every day. Mitch Keller and David Bednar, yeah, that would be a nice trade. Yeah. I mean, get a ghost injury. It could be. Bill, it could be. Yeah. Everybody smack that like, by the way, if you don't mind. Hit the thumbs up. Let's celebrate the Yankees winning tonight. They needed this win. They really, really did. 2 wins in a row. Yeah. Yep. So, well, exactly. Why was he in the dugout? Maybe the trade hadn't been made official. No. Maybe they're still working through the details. And he can't basically leave until the trade has been made official. No. I think the Yankees would have to give up a Hayes. It depends on if it's just him. Um, I would give up Roderick Arias. I'd give him Oswald Peraza. Maybe a pitching prospect or something like that. I would not go Spencer Jones or any of the big boys. Not for Brian Hayes. But then again, yeah, exactly. It is a streak, right? But if you go Hayes Keller or Hayes Bednar, different package, right? Or Hayes Keller and Bednar, then you're talking about a different package here. You got to add pieces to that. And I mean, Hayes Keller and Bednar would be a big trade. Would be a big trade. It was strange with Trent not being in uniform. It makes me believe that they're in the process of trading him. So, yeah, tomorrow night it's never an easy, like with this Seattle Mariners team, they have a really good pitching stable, right? I mean, tomorrow it's going to be they play 7:05. It's Cam Schlittler. I don't know who's pitching for the Mariners. It looks like it hasn't been announced yet, but whoever it is, it's going to be good. They're good up and down that rotation. What would a trade package you get? Like a Keller and Bednar, you're gonna have to give up some pitching pieces there. Maybe a bat, maybe 2 bats and 2 arms, something like that. Out of Schlittler, if you can get 5 innings out of him, I'll be happy. And just keep us in the game. 2-3 runs, 5 innings, I'll take it. I'll take it. High five, yeah, yeah. High five, Grisham. Maybe that's a sign. It's, like this is our last batch of high fives. Maybe they know already he's being traded, right? So giving him a little extra love. That's something noticeable right there. Like I didn't even notice that. If Seth Lugo's available, is it Royals? Probably an arm and a bat. I'm guessing. Evans is pitching for Seattle. Okay, so again, it'll be a good pitching matchup one way or the other. But I'm really curious to see how Schlittler's stuff translates at the majors tomorrow, and how well he's able to compose himself. Okay. Let's see if we got any. Yeah, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Judge's home run total look like right now he's got 34. He's on pace for 61 now. And again, if he hits 61 or just 60, That'll be he'll be only the third player in baseball history with multiple 60 home run seasons. But he's got 34 right now. Cal Raleigh from the Mariners has 37. And he hit one tonight off Hartley. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if we can get 5 good innings out of Cam, I'll take it. So, and so yeah, I'm going to the game on Saturday. Cubs Yankees, Yankee Stadium. I'll be there for that. Yes. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was nice. Raleigh and Judge. So kind of a home run derby between the two. Yeah. Cam Schlittler does look like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's composed, and he's got big stuff. And he knows what he's got, so he doesn't have to be crazy. So I could see the Yankees making. I could see them making 3 trades, Jonathan. But you might be right too. I mean, the closer we get to the deadline and the less activity there is, the more crazy the deadline day is going to be. So I'm looking forward to that either way. Well, and Carl, to your point too, I'm not sure. Like the only third baseman that offensively moves the needle would be Eugenio Suarez, right? But Brian Hayes he's here. He would be here for his glove and his speed. So, I think that would probably be the value, and it would make it easier to kind of have a more solidified lineup at that point, and you have much tighter defense in the infield. So, he would have his that would be his contribution, I think, to the Yankees. But his offensively, he would leave a lot to be desired. So, a deal for DeGrom. If Texas eats most of the money, then we're going to have to give big prospects. That's going to be the trade-off for Texas to eat most of the money. So, like, if they ate most of the money, who would you be willing to give to Texas for DeGrom? I mean, if I had my preference, I would not trade Jones or Lombard to the American League, an American League team. I would love to not trade either one of them, but my guess is one of them might get moved by the deadline. As much as we don't want to hear it, but oh yeah, Susan, it was crazy here earlier. Absolute insanity with the rain and wind too. It was crazy. Thunder, lightning. It was just the sky got really dark really quickly. No. Yeah, Peraza's defense is tight at third base. It is tight at third base. Blue sky, nice. Buckeye, finally nice. Colby Allard elects free agency. Okay. All right. Take a look and see if we have anything now here. No, nothing yet. But let me check. I'm looking to see if anything's popping up here. Small, yeah. I mean, the trade. I mean, it was a good trade. It was a strategic trade because they got 250K in international money, bonus pool money. Because the majority of the bonus pool money is going to be going towards one of the Asagen, who's the number one international prospect, all in the whole entire class. So, and he's linked to the Yankees. So, but he's a shortstop, another shortstop. So, there's that. But they'll use that international money for other pieces because he's going to get the majority of the allocation. No. Well, this is true too, Carl. Yeah, you have to get on base to utilize your speed. That's a good point. But again, at that point, I'll just go over IKF, right? If you can get Bednar and Keller, I'll take IKF. I'd be okay with that. Machado's Hall of Fame chances. He has 2,000 hit last night, 357. He's definitely on track for Hall of Fame, Robert. He's definitely on track. I could see him getting 400 plus home runs, at least 2,500 hits, close to 3,000. He's one of the best third basemen in our generation. That's for sure. Do I think he's not great? Or yes, I mean, he's number one defensive run saved in all of baseball, all of baseball. But neither one of them, you know, produces much with the bat. So yeah, NFE, what is good, my man? Waiting to see if anything happens here, NFE, because I don't know if you heard, um, that Pereira and Brian De La Cruz were pulled from the lineup in AAA. But Trent Grisham was in the dugout, but he was in plain clothes, not in uniform. So it's leading us to think that they might be working on a trade right now. So we'll see. The Yankees are in the market for a starting pitcher. That we know, Manuel. We do know they are. Yeah, I mean, it is especially Antonio because everybody else that's on IL is in uniform. All the other guys that are on IL. So, yeah, it makes me want it too, bro. Why was he not in uniform? And then somebody mentioned that after Austin Wells hit his home run, he high fived, like he went back to high five Grisham like 5 times. So maybe that was a sign that it's probably my last time I'll be high fiving my boy here. So yeah, Boone said he had no idea why they pulled the two guys in the AAA. Why would he? He's not the AAA. Like Cashman gets these trades and then Boone finds out later. So I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not surprised that Boone doesn't know yet. If a trade happens. It does seem like a trade's about to happen. It's just like the pieces are just falling into place, right? That's what it looks like. So, but it could be announced in the morning. But again, if they're trading bats, and bringing in arms, then tomorrow, expect an arm to go out for a bat. Something's going to happen here, right? Because an arm is coming tomorrow, Cam Schlittler, and that means an arm has to go out. So, what could they be trading tonight? And to where and for what? Right? So, would I trade for Luis Arias? Probably not at this point. Yeah, they're probably putting all the pieces together. What I don't know, but I agree with NFE. I mean, that's like to me the relief pitching arms are the highest priority. So they need more arms here. They've got to upgrade over Hartlieb and some of these other guys. Yeah, Boone said he doesn't know, and I'm not surprised he doesn't know. Yeah, I think Hartlieb will go back down tomorrow too, probably, just to get Schindler up here. That would be a logical corresponding move. Well, that does, yeah. I mean, theoretically, Buckeye, you're right. It would make the Martian a permanent, or at least right now, a permanent piece in left field. This is true. Heyman. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. I'm hearing chatter, to Neil's point, that Escara might be a trade piece in the next couple of weeks too. No. Every team does need to see more. And again, this is a seller's market, so the arms are going to be at a premium price. At a premium price. Yep. Yeah, I mean the bullpen, especially. I mean, Mark Leiter's now on the IL with a stress fracture, fibular head stress fracture. That's basically a broken bone in his left leg. So, if they acquire Suarez, what would they do with him? Well, they have to sign him to an extension if you want to keep him, but how much would it cost him for how long? Because I think a lot of it's going to be based on how well George Lombard does the rest of this year, right? So, I think Suarez is probably the guy that I expect least to come here. That's my guess. Well, exactly two Consigliere. That play that Cody Bellinger made yesterday, the Martian would not have made that play. Do I see Spencer? I don't, but somebody that I know on the inside does. But we'll see what happens. But Rice, I mean, he could be the backup catcher and backup first baseman. He can alternate and play both. Yeah, Ahmed Rosario, and you try to get Kyle Finnegan with him. Two guys are two rentals, so Brandon Donovan hit a homer. That's my dude, man. You see? Ken, man. You gotta stop giving me good news on Donovan. This is gonna be more painful when the Yankees don't acquire him in a trade, man. It's gonna. Do I see the Martian? I mean, his trade value has never been higher, but unless they're gonna get a Tarek Skubal or a Paul Skeens, I don't see the Martian being moved. Unless you can get Joe Ryan and John Durant from the Twins. That's a no-brainer for me to move Dominguez there in that trade, but we'll see. Well, this is true too, Carl. Yeah, if they trade Spencer, they're trading high, and it's a good it's a good thing that he's killing the ball in AAA right now, like he was killing the ball in AA. So Joey Gallo, good lord. Thankfully, that won't happen soon. Thank the heavens. And then another Rick Ankiel. Nathaniel, what's happening, my man? Well, I agree too. If Spencer Jones gets moved, it better be for a high level starter with controllable years, not a rental. No way. Skubal's 4-7. Yeah, I mean, I think Paul Skeens is like that too, but he's got a sub 2 ERA. What's Skubal's ERA? Let's pull up Skubal's stats here. Like Paul Skeens, he could win a Cy Young Award and have a negative win-loss record, which is crazy, but it's true. Tarek Skubal. Let's pull him up here. He's 10-2, Skubal. Yeah. Skubal's 10-2 with a 2.02 ERA, 148 strikeouts. I mean, Skeens might be 4-7, right? Let's Paul Skeens. Yes, Skeens. Yes, sorry. No, it's Paul Skeens is 4-7, but he's got a freaking 194 ERA, 125 Ks. His WHIP is .92. So I believe me, I mistake Skubal and Skeens too. So Skeens is 4-7, Skubal is 10-2, but they're both almost equally as dominant. Skeens just plays for a much worse team. Like if he was on the Detroit Tigers, he'd probably be 10-2 also. No, you got that right, Troy NFE. I agree with you, man. He does know more than us, man. Yeah, I remember about Louis Hill. I remember, bro. Yeah, and this is the time right now. And I admit to I was in favor of considering trading Hill when after he won the Rookie of the Year, selling on the high. But right now, it could be it could be a valuable piece for us to get back here. I know we got LeGrand and we got Schlittler, but Hill can be a very valuable piece, even if it's long relief in the bullpen or something. I think he'd be a valuable piece. So Stanton 69 home runs from 500. If he stays healthy, I think he can get it. I would love for him to get it in pinstripes. So, I mean, he's got 2 more years, and then he's got, I think it's a team option. And if he's close to 500, I think the Yankees will exercise the team option just to let him get the 500 here. So that would be kind of historic, and it'd be really cool that Judge will probably get the 500 the year after, which would be kind of nice if Judge keeps on this pace. So they did try to trade Hill to Astros for Kyle Tucker, yeah. Yeah, the Astros said no. Yep. Astros said no. The Astros owner did not want to deal with the Yankees. Did not want to help the Yankees in a trade. So he sent them to the Cubs. Yep. Yeah, Watson. That's the thing. He's got to stay healthy for him to get to 500. But I still think he's close to being a Hall of Famer right now. Warren did if Susan, I think if Warren can get out of the first inning without being pummeled, because aside from the two horrendous starts that he had this year, he was pretty solid the rest of the year so far, Warren. So he's had a pretty good year so far. Do I see the Guardians selling? I'm leaning towards no, but I'd be shocked if they trade Jose Ramirez. Shocked. So the Giants are in the race. Yeah. And Justin Verlander is like 0-6 right now, 0-7. No. Well, this is true too, Bryce. Yeah, it could be a trade to a team that's still playing, which is why it's not now. That's a good point. Yep. I didn't even think about that. That's a great point, Bryce. Mm-hmm. So it might get announced overnight or first thing in the morning. Yeah, beside his two bad starts, he's been pretty solid with Warren. For a number 5 starter who's a rookie, pretty much, pretty damn good. So, and Tucker's contract is going to be huge after this year. So, the D-backs, right now, the Diamondbacks are, no score. Padres, Diamondbacks in the 6th inning. 0-0. Yep. Sources say Judge is on block. Oh, damn, Buckeye. Who are they going to trade him for? Are they going to move him for like IKF? Something like that. Shoot. You have me worrying, Buckeye. I think Candelario is just going to be a depth piece, stopgap piece. I don't expect much from Candelario, but he's got a decent glove. He's a pretty good teammate, so a good veteran. Aside from that, I don't expect more than Peraza or any of these other guys. The Brewers starting pitcher, damn, 12 strikeouts against the Dodgers. Nice. Trade J. Buhner for. That was one of the worst trades ever. The J. Buhner for Ken Phelps trade. Trade Devin Williams. I would be surprised if they trade Devin Williams. If they want to compete, I think it could depend on what the Yankees get at the deadline. If they're aggressive and they get some pieces that could really help them, then I don't see them moving Devin Williams. If they can't get the pieces, then maybe they'll consider it. I'm sure the sources, the manscapers those are the ones that have the inside sources because those are the greatest. They'll tell you they're the greatest too, all the time. These manscapers, so it's constant patting themselves on the back all the time. The best ever, not even close. Peraza is better than LeMahieu at this point. He is, yeah. I mean, that's not saying much, but he is better than him. No. Not happy about learning. Is he really? He said he'd be willing to learn first, too, for the Giants. Oh, good Lord. Imagine that. Michael Phelps. DJ, I mean, yeah, he did. He can't run, DJ. He just can't run. And he has limited range defensively in the infield as well, so. Yeah. Will they trade Arsenal? They might. We're a lifer. Hayes is better than Peraza, yes. Yes, he's got more speed. See, he's top defensively at their base. So Peraza's up there too, but Brian Hayes is number 1 in baseball. So no, I would pass on Rafael Devers. Under all circumstances, I pass on Devers. Volpe Freikiev. Damn. Volpe's getting a lot of noogies, man. He's getting a lot of noogies, man. Are you better than Detroit and the Astros? I would, when healthy, we're up there. Right now, I don't think so. I think we get, depending on what the pieces we get, we're going to need to get the piece that's going to make us better than him. So that's the thing. Yeah, Oswaldo Cabrera, I don't think he's going to be back until 2026. Yep. Yep. But Rosario and Finnegan, that's a multiplayer trade right there. That's one. That's probably pretty doable. I think we're better than the Blue Jays, but like we got to get past them in first place too. So, but like, you know, we've seen what the Yankees can do tonight, but we have to do it against teams like the Blue Jays and teams like the bigger teams, the Tigers and the Astros. So that'll tell us whether we're better than these guys. We got to beat those teams because those are most likely going to be the teams we have to get through in the playoffs. And if they, well, I doubt Ben Rice gets traded. I unless they have a chance at getting a big time starter with controllable years, I'd be shocked if Ben Rice gets traded. I really would. Yep. Pickleball, Carl boy. Sneal wants to bring the pickleball courts. Oh boy. You got a half a day, Carl. All right. You're going Jim Carrey on us, huh? So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah! Could you imagine? Like, we wake up tomorrow and the Yankees acquire Jose Ramirez. I think oh man. I'd be in a state of shock. I really would. It was all that one. It was all that I wanted in a million talk. Yeah. Yeah, Rosario and Finnegan, that's a realistic trade that could potentially happen. It could happen. But they haven't officially been made available yet. That's the other thing too. The GMs have to make these guys available in order for the Yankees to actually pull trades off. Yeah. By the way, everybody smack that like button if you haven't done that yet, please. Let's try to get 100 likes in here. So I greatly appreciate it. Now, I'll wrap this up in a few minutes too. I'm gonna get upstairs and get some rest. Got an early day of training tomorrow. Every morning, 6 to 7. All right, 6:30 to 7:30, depending on how much I stretch in the morning. I train. So I got people who question my think I'm fat and out of shape when I'm breathing heavy. If I'm live in the morning, and I'm only live for about 20 minutes around 7:30. That's after I work out. So I've done an hour's worth of training. That's why I'm breathing heavy. No. Yeah. J.K. Simmons. I played softball with J.K. Simmons in the Broadway show softball league. He was on my team. Jake. He was a nice guy. Super nice guy. I love J.K. Simmons. Yeah. I was shocked when we got Ichiro too, Susan. That's a good one. And J.K. Simmons was a really nice guy. Really nice guy. Pretty good softball player too. Yeah, exactly. I'm breathing heavy while they're sitting in the sofa drinking coffee. Exactly. I'm not putting in the work. You see me sweating. You see me outside walking and running. Right? So it's yeah. People just don't understand. People don't understand. I told those people earlier today, come out and train with me. Try to train with me for just a half an hour. You'll have a heart attack. A heart attack. Right? So, yeah. Whatever. People can say whatever they want. Say whatever. Adam Sandler. Oh, boy. You trained the analytics department from Ben Affleck, and that's a good one, Sunil. I like that one. Yeah, you got that right, Ray. Schmucks around for us. Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. Exactly, NFA. You got that right. Yep. When you try rolling, multiple 3 or 5 minute rounds for like an hour straight with people who are putting the same force against you at a high level, and you see how much that takes out of you. NFA knows, man. He knows. Do an hour of Muay Thai, an hour of martial arts, an hour of kicking, hour of grappling, hour of rolling. That stuff will tear you to shreds. Your gi would be drenched. No. Right? And again, like in the morning to like tomorrow morning, I'm doing about 30 minutes of kettlebell and functional strength training before I go out and do 30 minutes of cardio. Right? But that 30 minutes is pretty damn intense. There's no breaks. I just keep going. Right? Now, I hear that, Carl. I gotta stay fit, man. I gotta stay fit. Not only for training, not only for martial arts, but for running and coaching and I want to be able to move around a bit. I got 3 daughters, so I gotta be mobile and be able to chase these girls around the house. So yeah, yeah, die from wrestling. Exactly, man. Yeah, Rizzo. I mean, I think he could be a decent coach. Who would win in a boxing match with me or Jake Paul? I don't know. I would say Jake Paul, but if I can use any skill, then he won't win. You can put Mike Tyson in the ring with me, he won't win if I can use any skill. So fit for the fan. That's right, Coach Carl. And you know it, man. Yep. Yeah. Pretty soon. I got 3 girls, so it's at some point. At some point we'll be empty nesters, but it's not gonna be a while. So I have to stay fit. Best of baseball bats. You got that right. Slingshots, yeah, everything, Buckeye. And yeah, if you got that right, we're gonna team up. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, put Jake Paul in the ring with somebody like Francis Ngannou. Like, let him get hit by a guy. Ngannou hits, it's like you got hit by a train. Francis Ngannou. Like, Tyson was like 58 when he fought him. And it sounds as if Tyson wasn't even, he was holding back a little bit. Prime Tyson would mow through Jake Paul. Paul wouldn't stand a chance in the world against Prime Mike Tyson. Well, we'll see what happens, Sunil. We're hearing that there's a possibility of a trade being in the works right now. We just don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Because Grisham was in plain clothes in the dugout today. So, and not in his uniform. And even on an IL, well, we would know he's on IL already. The second he would have been in uniform. So and the fact that they scratched 2 outfielders from AAA from the lineup right before the game started. It's just like small pieces of the puzzle here. Maybe it's a package trade for all we know. I don't know. Well, Torrey inherited a very good roster too, a much better roster than Aaron Boone inherited. So, I wish Montana would came here, man, but nah. No, but I wouldn't give. I would want Montana to be on like a bench coach for Aaron Boone. I would want both of them here. Announce Trent on IL. I don't think they would wait until tomorrow to announce it. I think they would probably announce it tonight. But why would he be in plain clothes? Is the question. That's uncharacteristic. Very uncharacteristic. That doesn't usually happen. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of people are thinking Tyson basically threw the fight. Yeah, a lot of people are of the opinion that Tyson threw the fight, but what are you gonna do? You know, I don't know. It's just like I wouldn't want to box Floyd Mayweather, but you put him in the cage with me, he's gonna have serious problems. If I can use everything, he is in deep trouble. You know, it's just the way it is. I box with him, I'm in deep trouble. I have no problem admitting that either. I'll hold my own, but chances are he's gonna outbox the hell out of me because he's the best boxer in the world. So yeah, Evaldi. I don't know. Like I really know what the Rangers are gonna do. I don't think they know what they're gonna do yet. And this is one of the problems right now at the deadline. The teams just still don't know who's gonna be buyers and who's gonna be sellers. So it might have been accidentally sent out for Washington. This is true. This is true. Maybe they sent it to like and they said, "Oh man, I forgot. Let's send it to the 1 hour cleaners." But maybe they sent it to the cleaners for my cousin Vinny, and they got the flu, and then he had to get that other uniform that Joe Pesci wore, and my cousin Vinny. So I wore this ridiculous thing for you. Remember that? Yeah. I bought a suit. You saw it, except it's covered in mud. I went to a cleaner, but it was closed with the flu. You hear that, Judge? The store had the flu. It's either wear a leather jacket, which I know you hate, or I wore this outfit. So I wore this ridiculous thing for you. I, I I heard some chatter last night or during the day today that I don't know how much teeth is to it, but Ketel Marte to the Blue Jays could happen at the deadline or before it. But again, need more corroboration on that one. But that one's I heard some chatter on that today. Ketel Marte to the Blue Jays. That would be freaking nuts. That would be nuts. And the Blue Jays, it's like the Blue Jays are one or two pieces away, I think. Just like the Tigers are, I think, as well. Yankees, 5 pieces away. 4 or 5 pieces away. So, yeah. But that's what we got, gang. That's what we got. The two Utes. Is it possible the two Utes, two what? You say Ute? What is a Ute? Oh, sorry. Two Utes. When the Varsho goes back to Arizona, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what position Marte would come here to play. Chicken Palm. What's happening, Chicken Palm? You know what? I haven't had my chicken parm meal in a while. I'm kind of craving chicken parm. I think too. I'm in agreement with Jonathan. I think we'll have some news tomorrow. So I guess that's probably what's going to happen. But if something comes out late tonight, I'll probably wind up coming back live again. So, but let me let you go. I'm going to go get a shower. Go have a great night. The Yankees won. Hit the like button on the way out if you don't mind. Love you guys. You are the best. Okay, George, can Santa change that uniform? Shrinkage. That episode was fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, no, the greatest show in the world about nothing. Oh my gosh. We might hear something late tonight into tomorrow morning. So, and if we do, I'll be live early tomorrow morning to go over it. So, because I want people to know. no matter what. So have a great night, everybody. Peace and love to all yous, and I'll see you on the other side. Over now.